Alright folks, in this video I bring in a guest. His name is Mina Elias and he's trying to make his way through into $1 billion industry. He's trying to build his supplements brand in the United States, and Amazon FBA is just one of the channels for his fulfillment. So you must watch this video till the end so that you have a broader vision and a broader understanding about building brands and going hard in spaces that sometimes you won't even think about. Alright. I cannot stress that there are so many golden nuggets in this video. I would love if you can watch it till the end, and if you think you have less time and we are speaking a bit slow, just use the speed button, the speed option in the YouTube video right here, and just increase the speed of the video to 1.5 or 2x, and that way you can still consume the entire video in half time. Alright, the interview then, coming right up. So can you just introduce yourself a little bit and just keep it brief so that we get into the details later, as you know.
Awesome. Yeah. So my name is Mina Elias, CEO of MMA Nutrition. Started the company back in November of 2018. So it's a pretty new company. I was super aggressive about it. The company sells dietary supplements for athletes. I have a degree in chemical engineering and chemistry and my master's in engineering. So I designed all the supplements myself. I invented the formulations. I did all the testing. I'm an MMA fighter, so I tested it on myself first. Obviously then started sharing it with some of the guys, my teammates at the gym. Everyone loved it. So I said, I know I have a winning formula, and started packing it and selling it. And it's been great. It's been going well. I am from Egypt originally. Came here when I was 18 for college. So around 2011, I moved to the United States for college, Connecticut, which was not the best decision looking back, but it is what it is. And then, got my bachelor's in chemical engineering and chemistry, got my master's in industrial engineering, worked, for a bunch of 9-to-5s, never liked what I was doing. And then eventually I said I was going to make the move, and I started my own business and started something I was passionate about, which is supplements. I've always taken supplements. I love them. And I'm an athlete, and I want that extra edge because I'm a competitive athlete. I'm fighting. I want to one up everyone. So I started the company and started making supplements that I believe make athletes perform better. And here we are. And soon enough, I'll be just like you. Quit your 9-to-5 to hustle 24/7.
I'll send you this t-shirt once you do it.
That's it. Yeah. It's the day I do it, I'm gonna send you a text, and it's
definitely.
It's gonna be next couple months.
Just drop your address and I will know that I have to mail you the t-shirt.
Okay, that's it. I love it.
Man. Yeah. So something that you just said, a part of it is very interesting. That is that you went in the direction where you were passionate about, and you were not kind of going towards building an Amazon FBA business. You're basically trying to build a business wherein Amazon FBA is basically one of the channels where you would be serving your customers from, right? And something that people should take away from this is that it's not like you have to find a product in the market and look at the numbers and everything. If you're desperately passionate about something, you can actually go in there even if the market is a bit saturated or a bit more competitive. But if you have the passion and the fuel for it, I think you can crack through the market. You can make a sound loud enough so that the customers can come back to you, and they will choose you once or twice at least in the beginning because of your offering or because of your product branding. And then after that, it's just a product game. As long as you have a good product, I think people will always keep coming back to you, right? So I think that is where you're trying to head.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I mean, when I started, I didn't even think twice about any of the metrics. I didn't have Jungle Scout, didn't have Helium 10, didn't have any of that stuff. I wasn't looking at numbers.
Right.
It was just like, what do I want to do? And then I'm going to do it. And then I looked at the marketplace, and it wasn't even that I was saying, oh, this is a competitive marketplace. It doesn't matter if it's competitive, because I identified something that was an issue. So I was like, these supplements are too expensive. These supplements don't have enough, like this ingredient. This supplements don't, So I take supplements. Like you got to see my house. My kitchen is like all supplements. Because
Okay.
I think I like to try different supplements. It's just I like and every single supplement I could be like, yeah, this one, it didn't have enough this one
Mm.
was good, but it cost me like $45. So there was just so many errors that I identified, and I said, if I solve these errors, then I'm better than everyone. Then why do I
Absolutely.
even have to worry about competition?
Absolutely.
It's like taxis. Like, taxis, they were dominating the market, and but they had a lot of issues, and Uber came in, and then Lyft came in, and then and they fixed the issues, and they were super competitive. So it doesn't matter if there's a ton of competition in the market. If there's something that you can identify that you can do better, then that's it. You're gonna win.
Yeah, basically you identified an opportunity, and that was in tangent with the leverage that you had in terms of information, and that's what made you go in this direction, and that's where you're heading, right?
Exactly.
All right.
Absolutely. Exactly.
Yes, I guess we're all getting that point, and I think people who are starting out should keep a broader view or broader perspective when they're starting out this business, because most people get swayed away by the opportunity of making money as opposed to opportunity of solving a problem and then building a business. Because that, if you do the second part, if you do the latter, then it's more sustainable and it can take you a long way.
Yeah, and you can do both. I mean, there's nothing wrong with running all like the numbers that people do is like find a product that is between this many and this many reviews. You can do all that, and when you filter out all the products, I'm sure you're gonna have 1,000. Pick the one that you're passionate about, because you're gonna
Right.
have 1,000 options. So it's like you can have both. I could say, okay, I want to do something in supplements, and then because I'm passionate about supplements, I'll run the filters and say, okay, I want stuff that's less than 200 reviews. I want stuff that at least 10,000 or 20,000 revenue a month, and
Hmm.
then do all those filters. And then
Correct.
I'm sure I'm gonna have like 5 or 6 products, and I'll be like, okay, I could really use this product. I could market this product, because again, one thing you got to keep in mind is I'm going to gyms and I'm going to people. Like, I have a whole list of gyms that I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna train there, and I'm gonna talk to them. I'm gonna say, here's like a free one for the gym, use it, and here's my card. If you like it, just hit me up, and kind of get them that way. So it's got to be something that I can go to people and say, you should use this, because I believe in it, and I use it, and so it's kind of, those are like my 3 criteria. Is number one, it's something that I'm passionate about. Number two, I will do market research, and I'll make sure that it's valid. Obviously, I don't want to invent something that is amazing but no one knows about it. Maybe if I'm a
Absolutely.
huge company, but as a small company, people don't know me enough. And then the third thing is something that I can sell. Is I
Right.
can go to people, and if I can have a conversation with you and convince you that you should buy this, then yeah, that's a good product for me.
Absolutely, absolutely. Totally get that, man. Totally. All right. So I guess you've already talked about your business and the alignment of your business with your passion. If you can just shed some light on some numbers that you've achieved till now before we get into the branding aspect of it, which is the most interesting part of this conversation.
So numbers, I started on Amazon with one product March in November 26th of 2018,
Okay.
and right now on one product I'm grossing 15,000 a month in revenue, and then
Great.
I just released my second product,
Okay.
and my second product has been selling like between 6 and 10 units a day so far. It's been less than a week. I think in a few days it's gonna be a week. So it's doing well right off the gate. And now it's just that second product. It's a variation. So I just gotta make sure I keep adding reviews. And once the reviews get to where the first one is, I'm sure the revenue will start adding up. So those are my numbers right now.
Right, right, right.
and
So,
and obviously, um, I'm still in the beginning phases of my website, of my Shopify store. So that's one thing that I'm trying to push more, is now that my Amazon FBA, I kind of have a system going there where it's like almost automated, but I'm also doing the same things every single week. I'm not like still learning too much. I'm obviously always learning, but I want to focus more on my Shopify store because I'd like to have my own audience there. And if anything ever happens to me on Amazon, then I have a backup. And then obviously
Correct.
there is a bunch of discussion in retail and stuff like that, but no solid numbers yet in that end.
All right, all right. Yeah, that's absolutely interesting. And yet, again, like a point to note for everybody over here is that you have to think of your business as a business, and you have to think of your business like you have to think of Amazon as one channel for for selling your products. All right. If you're building a brand and a business, you need to eventually own your customers. All right. If you don't have customer data, if you don't know who your audience is, you will never be able to scale it to the heights of big billion-dollar companies or million-dollar companies. And for that to happen, you have to have a a store for yourself and your product. And initially, what you can do is you can basically just drive traffic to your store. You can just have a hollow store over there, and you can fulfill your orders from Amazon itself. But when you're driving the audience that you're getting from paid traffic, yes, yes, and you can pixel them and you can keep their data. So that's something that I've been also talking about a lot on my channel, and that's something that I believe Mina is also saying right now.
Absolutely. No, you're 100% right. You have to capture that audience, because when you try to launch a second product and you already have like 15,000 or whatever people visited your site, and you hit them with an ad,
Correct.
and you have a new product coming out, then you get a lot better results than just throwing it on Amazon and hoping for the best.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's like a nuclear power, because if you have a customer base whom you can go back to with your new products and your new launches, you can easily get some traction for those products from the first week itself, as if it was like you can actually make a viral launch around it, because there are fans and there are customers already ready to be interested in buying that product.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly.
All right. So, all right, let's move to the next segment of this call. And this is why I wanted to actually get Mina on the call, because Mina is actually living his brand. He is the brand and the face of the business that he's trying to build. And that is an interesting aspect of it. So, Mina, can you talk a little bit about that? Can you talk a little bit about, because what's happening in this space with Amazon sellers is that there's a lot of secrecy. Like even in my case right now, I'm not in a position to reveal my brand to the audience. Maybe I will be if I protect it properly, all right, or if I have differentiation in the market as much as that no hijacker or no other person can actually just easily copy it. Okay, and in your case, that is the scenario. So can you please talk about that aspect, and how are you trying to build your brand? How are you trying to grow your brand? All of those angles.
So in my case, it was obviously different. I invented my own product, so I didn't go get it on Alibaba and then private label it. I invented the formula. I invented the design. I invented everything, and it wasn't a one-stop shop. It wasn't a private label supplement company where you can just be another one of their customers. I went and I sourced all the different ingredients myself. I got the packaging. I sourced the packaging. I sourced even the scoopers. I sourced. I got everything everywhere, and I basically found a manufacturer who was willing to to work with me, a manufacturer who works well with me, and you can't really hijack me, because you don't know where he is. You don't know anything. I have contracts in place. So it's not like you can go to an Asian person, like an Asian company, and hijack me. And if you ever did, go to someone like buy my product, send it to try and say, hey, this, so I can sell it under me's listings on Amazon FBA. I have enough protection that I can have you immediately taken down, because I'm the owner to all the rights of the product. So that's why I'm not worried. Everywhere I go, every person I meet, I talk to them about my product. I talk to them about my company. I'm like, hey, I make these supplements. If you're an athlete, if you want to perform at the highest level, because I'm an athlete who tries to perform at the highest level, then you need to try this. And it's all about just saying you need to try it, not you need to buy it. It's try it out. If you like it, sure. And 99% of people who like it, they end up buying. And So the advantage that I have about being the face of my brand is basically, one of my biggest strengths is that I'm a fighter, and so one of my biggest strategies is just to go, gym to gym, which people will say, oh, like that's a lot of work, but just think about it this way: I go to gym to gym, I train there, and people see me. They see that I'm an athlete. They see like that I'm training at a high level. And then
Right.
they come talk to me and say, hey, what's going on with your product? Because I'm gonna talk to every single person I see about my company,
Correct.
and I'm gonna be like, well, here's the science behind it. They're gonna be like, all right, so this guy's well educated. He knows what he's talking about. I'm gonna tell them why I'm differentiated from the market, and then I'm just gonna ask them to try it, even if they if they say, oh, like they're not gonna buy it. I'm gonna ask them to try it, and they're gonna try it. They're gonna like it, and they're gonna see that athletes and people who are trying to perform at a high level, they're taking it. So at the end of the day, it's gonna be like, well, okay. I mean, it's not like I'm selling some snake oil stuff. Like I'm selling something that people like me and the fighters in my gym and all people around me take it and they say, I love it. Like I love using it. I feel much better when I train. So it's for a purpose. It's solves, like you say, solves a problem. But it's not. I'm not trying to sell someone any false promises. The stuff works, and I use it on myself. And if you want to be, if you want to be an athlete who performs at a high level, you should try this out. And that's kind of where I am. I am the face of the brand, so you're gonna see me everywhere. You're gonna see me talk about the products, and then that's how I'm gonna get the eyes on my products.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, that is very interesting because even if you're not picking up product as complex as yours, like in your case, you had actually, you went back to the drawing board and you fixed the formulation and you made something better at that root level of your composition. But even if people are trying to pick a product off of their research and R&D, they can actually go and read the reviews. They can figure out what are the challenges people are facing with the product that's there in the market. They can then go back to the supplier and work with their team to figure it out, like to solve certain problems and create a new design. But obviously that would require a little more budget, that will require little bit more bandwidth, but that will help you differentiate in the market in a way just like Mina is doing. And you will then be able to go in hard in front of your audience and talk about your brand, because you can actually put protections in place. You can have your design protected, you can have your idea and or idea patented, and in that scenario you can also be the face of the brand. So if people are wondering how can you do it, this is kind of like the way to and route to go about it. Obviously, like some of like even at my level, I'm trying to do it with my future products. I'm trying to do it with my current product that I'm researching. I'm trying to get it customized at a level which is difficult for people to just pick and sell. And I'm also figuring out a way to protect my product design in China, so that factories cannot just use my design or my research to just rebuild and resell it to other customers. So yeah.
Yeah, if it's something that's very easy to copy, then you're not creating enough of like a differentiator. Then
Correct.
if for example, a lot of people also they do bundles as a differentiator.
Right.
That can be good if the product without the bundle it was an issue, sort of thing, or if the bundle solves a problem. So
Right.
but then again, you have to remember that anyone who sees you selling well on Amazon can be like, oh, okay, so that's easy enough. Since
Yeah.
the Chinese suppliers say make this into a bundle and you're done.
I must say, I must really say this now that we are talking about it. When I was also trying to learn about this FBA business back in 2017, this was one of the things that people were telling that, hey, you just got to bundle something with your product to differentiate. I think that is the least creative way to go about differentiating in the market. You cannot be less creative than that, and you can actually even mess it up, because what can happen is that if you bundle two wrong products, and if the second product or the first product is something that people don't want, they would just ditch that complete offer and they would just buy it from another seller, right? So that can really go south and mess up your goals and plans and expectations for your product.
I agree. I completely agree.
Yeah. So Mina, you've just started, like you said, you just started in October 2018. It's just been a few months in now, and it's going great for you, as I can tell. What are your goals and what are your ambitions for 2019 for the brand and the business?
So my goals for the in terms of the business is number one, I want to have about 8 products out by the end of the year.
Awesome.
In terms of different products and variations. Number two is I want to have at least dis, um, three more distribution channels aside from Amazon. I'm also launching my YouTube channel, which is going to be kind of, again, me, the face of the brand. It has nothing to do with Amazon or anything like that. It's going to be something based on like, fitness and nutrition and training, and leverage that to drive traffic to my business and my brand. And then, that's it. Is just by the end of 2019, I want to have all my products out there. I want to have all my distribution channels done, and I want it to be optimized and improved. And obviously, there's always going to be continuous improvement, but I want it to be optimized at a level where it's almost automated, and I have my inventory control down. I have my PPC and all that down, which I'm close to getting those two down.
Mm-hmm.
My posting on my business pages and my posting on social media and all that stuff, it needs to be in such a routine and automated manner where that's it. It's a well-oiled machine. I don't want to constantly be thinking of all these different things. It's just, here's the formula, here's the plan for the brand, and we're gonna just follow this every single day. When inventory hits this number, we're gonna follow this plan, and so on and so forth.
Right, right, right. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan, man. And I hope you achieve it this year. And what else I had here? I think that was the last bit of it. Yeah. So one, there were a lot of small cues and information in this video. Like if people really look at the information that we've just discussed, it's a lot. If people start implementing, you can really take your business to the next level. But one thing from your experience in the last 6-7 months that you've been building this business, what is the one thing that you would want to to tell people who are trying to build their own brands and businesses? I wouldn't say just Amazon FBA business, I would say a business. What is that one thing that you would advise to the beginners?
So the one thing I would advise is you have to I guess have courage. So build that courage, number one, because people like talk about reviews being the number one thing on Amazon. I 100% agree. Optimizing your listing, optimizing your pictures, all that stuff, PPC, that'll come with time. Reviews, that's the one thing that you'll there's no one way to do it. There's no right way to do it.
Right.
All these other things, obviously, but reviews, you can be incredibly creative. And the one thing that's going to help you with reviews is having the courage. So you need to stop thinking of the email methods and of all these automated non-human methods of getting reviews, and start thinking of how 𝐷𝐷𝐿𝐿𝐷𝐿 can get you as an one of the audience people to review a product. So if you wanted me to review a product, I'm not gonna settle for here's some valuable information, here's a free PDF book, blah blah blah. No, like, I want something more, and figure out what that thing that you want, and I figured out what it is for me, for myself, and I've used that, and I've been able to get reviews. I can get one, if I wanted to, I can get one or two reviews a day, every single day, no problem. And it's because for your product, obviously everyone's product is unique. If you're selling in the baby department, it's going to be a little bit different than if you're selling in my department. But find out what that what it is that would make you leave someone else a review for that product, and then start implementing that on a
Right.
big scale. And you have to have the courage to go out there and talk to people, and don't make excuses. Say, hey, like, I'm in whatever, Europe, and I'm selling in the US. Get it done. How many businesses started out in Europe and are now in the US? How many businesses started in India and are in the US, and they did it successfully? Social proof is massive. So don't make excuses about how you can't get any social proof.
Right. That's really good takeaways, man. So yeah, one final note. I will put it on thumbnail. But what is the name of your brand, and how do people reach you? And if at all any MMA fighter or somebody who's interested in taking supplements is watching this video, how do they reach you?
So website is MMAnutritionllc.com. My Instagram is at MMA Nutrition _official. My personal Instagram is at Egyptian_prescription_Elias. That's my fight name, the Egyptian prescription. And then, so just look up MMA Nutrition LLC. That's the name of my company. Go online, check out the website. You can see all the clinical studies are on the website. You can go to the Instagram page and follow us on Facebook. You can find us MMA Nutrition. So yeah, I mean, and if you guys have any questions, just ask me directly. No problem.
Yeah.
I'll answer all my questions. For my brand, I answer all my questions. Like, I am the face of my brand. It's my baby. If you have any questions, if you need to know anything about the science behind it, anything like that, ask me. I'm more than happy to answer.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. That's awesome, man. I really like the name that you've made, Egyptian prescription. I guess that's super unique. That's super unique. That's super catchy. I think it has that vibe to it that to go viral.
Yeah, well, that's the goal. Of trying to make it go viral, and then hopefully, hopefully you leverage that, because there's a lot of people that went viral and then they started their own companies and they leveraged their name to sell their brand's products. So I'm doing it the reverse order, but still,
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, that was an awesome conversation, Mina. I think this was long overdue. I think we connected about 2 months back when we had hit up because of your name being common in the community with one more person whose name is exactly the same. So yeah, that was funny. And finally, we did speak today after probably 2.5 months, and it's a great. It was great talking to you and learning everything about what you're doing and what you're doing in the US and building this business. So I hope to talk to you soon, and I hope everybody, all of you've heard all of the words from Mina and from myself and from this discussion carefully, because there are a lot of takeaways, and you have to really be patient when you're building a business. You have to think it through, and you have to basically try and not get lost in terms of getting quick success. That's not what happens. Okay, look at Mina. He's very patient. He launched his first product. Now he's with his second product, and he's just aiming to launch 8 products, because obviously the difficulty level is different. But he has a goal plan set for launching 8 products in the entire year of 2019, which is an achievement for him, because that's where his expectation is. So you gotta set your expectations right. And with that note, I'm gonna sign off, and I will see you in the next video.
All right, easy. Thank you.